Of tonight's project has been safely deposited at the clerks at table. It is going to be opened. The seals, the two seals, are going to be opened. Muntaka Muhammad Mubarak standing, watching. Frank Anodompre standing, watching. So the two whips of the two parties. Jude?
Yeah, it's interesting because for Muntaka to be there, you're expecting his opposite. That's Lydia Seram.
No, his opposite is Frank Anodompre, who is the Nsawam Edwaja. Yeah, Lydia Seram is the deputy. So Lydia Seram's opposite would be Ahmed Banda.
Habib is the first deputy whip for the MPP side.
So Habib is the Tolon MP elect.
And normally there's a lady they add as second deputy. Mm-hmm. So that's Lydia Seram Alasan. Okay. Initially we heard Ophelia Kwanzaa, the wife or the widow of the slain MP. So I think on the NDC side is Comfort Doyo of Adan also. So that's how it works. So it's Muntaka to Anodompre, Habib to Ahmed Ibrahim, and then Lydia Alasan, Seram Alasan to Comfort Doyo.
Thank you for that quick clarification. It's been a tired night for us. Forgive if we make a few of those. So the sorting has started. Muntaka Muhammad Mubarak. So there are two heaps that I'm seeing, or actually three heaps now. Two heaps. One in front of Muntaka Muhammad Mubarak and Frank Anodompre. Another heap in front of the clerks at the table. They seem to be sorting for either party. This should be very easy, sorting out 275 ballot papers. Now, I dare say that a spot ballot tonight would mean a lot, would cost a lot, because every vote counts tonight. Indeed, it is tonight that the Let My Vote Count Alliance should have been formed, because it is tonight's vote that more than ever matter in any election, because no party can afford to have its MP elect make a mistake with the ballot that has been cast. I do not know whose heap is closer to the two gentlemen, but yes, it is happening slowly. There's a ballot paper that is in dispute. The two gentlemen have put it aside, subject to determination later. Ballot papers are being exchanged. Those that have to be moved to the left side are being moved to the left side, and those that have to be moved to the right side are being moved to the right side. So we are seeing two heaps formed before us. There's a paper in the middle. Now they are becoming two. Are those spots? Okay, it is one paper now. So there seems to be one paper in the middle, which is actually, I think there's a challenge over who the person voted for. So it's been regarded as a sport ballot for now, but that will be confirmed after the count. But the sorting still continues. The ballot box is almost getting empty now. MPs cannot wait. Some are sleeping in their chairs. It has been a very long night. Some are coming straight from their constituencies. Some have come here with their families, ready to celebrate after the swearing in. But that celebration seems to be long in coming, or rather taking a very long time to come, because of all the legal hurdles that they've had to deal with tonight. All the challenges, the confusion, the chaos, and even the invitation to the chamber, what has been described as alien, the invitation to the chamber of military men or armed soldiers and armed police people. But all of that has died down now. Almost everybody here worn out. The few MPs who are not asleep, as vigilant as hawks, watching the sorting process, have been watching the voting process all night long. And yes, I think the sorting is almost done. Heap upon heap. Now it is pretty much, if you get 138 first past the post, we should know who the winner is already. Salam, this is going to be first past the post, right?
Yes, it's going to be first past the post. If we had situations where we had more than 2, maybe 5 or 6 persons, which is a possibility, then you need majority of the votes. So what the standing orders of parliament actually say is the candidates with the least votes will be eliminated from the bottom till the time that one of the candidates gets majority of the votes. So given that there are just 2, it will be first past the post.
So if we hear the counting start and it reaches 138, then we know that it's done.
Yes, but maybe
maybe
there could be spot ballots or there could be other things too.
So far from where I stand, I'm seeing only one. It's actually just one sport ballot or contentious ballot. We do not know whether it will be regarded as sport, but we wait to see.
That would be really interesting to have a rejected ballot at this stage, given that, I mean, we just have one in between.
It's funny, and I see that there was no haggle over that particular ballot. They both agreed that, okay, let's put it aside. I don't know whether...
Maybe there's no mark on it, like an abstention vote. But that would really be interesting, because if it's too close to call, it's very competitive. So if you have one ballot not going for anybody, where could that be from? Could that be from the NDC side or the MPP side? That would really, really be telling.
You know, in the beginning, and of course we are not privy to what happens but we said in the beginning or earlier during the vote that when the former MP-elect was invited, he acted very swiftly in moving from the booth. I could have sworn, like I said earlier, that he did not vote, but others may have seen it differently. So if we have a ballot paper that does not have a tick on it, I would hazard a guess and say that's a former MP-elect.
But subsequently, we also saw people also tick before going to the booth. So Esla, for example, didn't even go around the booth. She ticked on her way.
Even the former MP.
You know, yeah. So the former MP is the one we're talking about. We are not sure whether he voted or not, but that will be very, very interesting. It's like, I mean, he doesn't really care much. He has nothing to lose. They can't just punish him for this because you are 4 years ahead of you. And a lot of things will be coming to Parliament, then you will need him. So
again, we can't say that he didn't vote.
Yeah, we can't say he didn't vote. Yes, we can't say so.
We do not know that as a matter of fact. But let me just say that now the sorting is almost done, save a few ballots, I think 2 or so, and then it's coming up to 25 minutes past 6 o'clock. This is 97.3 Citi FM. This is also Citi TV. We're bringing you extensive coverage of the inauguration of the new parliament. There's been a contention over who becomes a speaker. 2 candidates have been sponsored from the NDC and the MPP, and these 2 candidates are going to be voted for. Indeed, they were voted for. The voting is over, and ballot papers have been sorted. We are now going to go to the counting. Now, there is a heap to my right, which would be the heap to the left side of the speaker, and there is a heap to the left side of my left side, which is which would be to the left side of the seat occupied by the speaker. I do not know which heap though belongs to who, but the counting is about to start. The 2 whips have determined and agreed that the ballot paper indeed has been rejected, and they've left it in the middle of the table. Counting has started. 2, 3. I think there's an issue with the count. Honorable Sechimen Sambunsu is dictating something else. There's an issue over who counts first or which one is counted first. So, all right, so the first heap, which I suspect to be the heap of the NDC, is being counted. So I am unable to see from here whose papers are being counted. But the counting is happening swiftly. And we're watching that. So from what I see, there are 2 names and 2 boxes. What I do not know is who is in the bottom box and who is at the top box. Do we know, Salam, who is in?
I won't want to hazard a guess, though I have some indication who is, but it's not confirmed, so I won't want to hazard a guess.
So the 2 boxes for voting on the paper, from where I sit, I'm unable to determine which one belongs to who. Muntaka Mubarak standing with arms folded. Frank Anodompre helping receive the ballot papers that have been counted. What I do not know is whether these are the ballot papers for Michael Onokwe because of his involvement in the counting of those. There's a sport ballot, or Salam, what's the appropriate term?
I think in this case we rejected. Sport ballot would mean that for whatever reason you misvoted or you destroy the ballot. But once it gets into the box, it becomes rejected if it doesn't meet the standards. So once it gets into the box and is disqualified or is ruled as defective, it becomes rejected ballot. Sport ballot doesn't get to enter the box.
I can't believe that the House spent the whole night arguing arguing that one person should be allowed to vote, one human being should be allowed to vote. And after all the haggle and the struggle, we have one rejected ballot. One person had apparently failed to do the right thing on their ballot paper, and that has led to a disqualification of that ballot. Pray that this election doesn't end up in a tie, considering that the official information from the Electoral Commission as of Wednesday morning was 137, with the Formina MP-elect being the tie-breaker. Now, the Asin North MP-elect had an instruction or a restraining order from the court against him. He voted nonetheless, so that still puts the 2 at 137. Imagine if each NDC MP-elect... There's jubilation from the NDC MPs, and Muntaka is giving them the sign of two fingers. What that may mean is that Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, the NDC MPs are jubilating, MPs-elect are jubilating. It doesn't look good for the NPP side. Now this is going to be a complex parliament if indeed what the sign Muntaka is giving to his people is to be trusted from where I stand. Mind you, the counting was not allowed, but NDC MPs elect have risen up. Haruna Idrisu, their leader, is asking them to sit down. They are sitting down. The ballot papers are yet to be counted. The ones from the other heap, which I am presuming to be Mike Ironokwe's ballots. A lot of unhappiness on the side of the MPP. This would be a very, very, very complex one. A very, very complex one. Now, someone has taken the ballot papers. Someone has taken the uncounted ballot papers. Is that Carlos Ahenkorah?
Yeah, Carlos.
That's Carlos Ahenkorah, isn't it, of Tema West? And he's been attacked. I am not sure, but that looks so much like it is Carlos Ahenkorah of the Tema West constituency who has grabbed the heap of ballot papers, and I am not sure, but Muntaka Mubarak has returned with those ballot papers that he fled with, and there is ecstatic jubilation on the NDC side. They say they have won by 2 extra ballots. The MPP side is as dead as a grave. I do not understand why this would be happening. Why a person who has been elected a member of parliament would do what this gentleman just did, grabbing a heap of uncounted ballot papers and taking to his heels out of the chamber. More furious MPs elect are moving in, and the police have had to come through. There is jubilation on the NDC side. What may seem to be that they have victory from this place. There's this understanding or misunderstanding, I beg your pardon, from the other MPs who do not understand what's happening. The police have come in and asking the NDC MPs elect to take their seats. This is really complex if it is true what is happening. So jubilation on the side of NDC MPs elect, and confusion, this dismay, lack of clarity on the side of the MPP MPs. It is not clear. Oseche Mensah Bonsu is conferring with one of his colleagues. Not exactly sure. That would be his deputy, Alexander Penyomakin. Kobna Tahir Hammond of the NPP, a bit shocked. Joe Gate, former deputy speaker of the House, former minister for railways, walking, trying to understand what happened. This is bizarre that an elected member of parliament would pick up a bunch of ballot papers and just take to his heels. That is not something I could understand. Now, the ballot papers seem to have disappeared in the melee, and it is a very confusing one here. NDC might well be controlling the House of Parliament with a speaker on their side. I see Alexander Penyomakin standing by the speaker's seat and insisting that there should be calm and disagreeing with some sort of issue that is being put forth. I think the NDC MPs have been told, MPs elect have been told by their whip that they have won by 2 votes, and they are screaming back me. Let me give you a feel of what's happening. I see some MPs elect on the NDC side with their hands up, especially the ladies. The lady from Okaikwe North with her hands in the sky praying. A few others. And now they are singing songs to, let's give you more flavor from the chamber. Well, if you're just joining us on Citi TV and on Citi FM, something strange, something complex, something unusual is happening in the Parliament of Ghana. Something is happening here. The clerks at table are dismantled.